For decades, we've been told that rising profits meant a rising nation. Well, I'm here to challenge that notion. There was a time not long ago when companies built products that lasted generations. When the people who made those products could afford homes and families, even vacations, and those people were building a future they looked forward to. Then one man walked into one of the biggest, most important companies in the country and rewired our entire economy. This is the story of how America stopped being America. This is the story of Jack Welch, the CEO that paved the way to the humiliating state the working class is in today. For most of the 20th century, the American economy was built on a simple understanding. Workers were the foundation of prosperity. Corporations needed a stable, skilled, loyal workforce, and workers needed companies that valued their contributions. It wasn't perfect, but it was a system built on a kind of mutual respect. Companies invested in the future because they understood that long-term success required long-term thinking. In those decades, the quality of American products became the envy of the world. The cars, appliances, the electronics, things were built to last. General Electric was one of the crown jewels of this era, a company so iconic, so deeply woven into the story of American innovation that it became a shorthand for the country itself. GE was the standard. It was the benchmark. The company you pointed to when you wanted to explain what American excellence looked like. Workers at GE earned enough money to buy the products they made. Communities thrived around their factories. The rise of the middle class was not an accident. It was a deliberate partnership between labor, management, and government, and all three believed in a shared future. And then, Jack Welch became CEO of General Electric. What followed was not just a change in leadership, it was a revolution. One that would ripple far beyond GE, reshaping the American economy, American business culture, and American life. Welch didn't just take over a company, he took command of a national symbol and turned it into an example for a new kind of capitalism. He believed that the only metric that mattered was profit. Not long-term success, not product quality, not worker stability, not the health of communities, just the number at the end of the quarter. And to achieve never-ending increases in that number, he embraced a philosophy that Wall Street adored, but the working class feared. Cut, fire, outsource, repeat. GE became a machine built to squeeze out every possible dollar, even if it meant destroying the very foundation that had made the company great in the first place. Welch fired tens of thousands of workers. Entire towns were gutted in the name of corporate profits. Factories that had anchored communities for generations were shamelessly shuttered. But here's the thing, it worked, at least on paper. Profits soared, and Wall Street cheered. Business schools turned Jack Welch into a legend. CEOs began studying him like scripture. Welch proved that if you stopped caring about humanity, if you treated workers as disposable, if you made decisions solely for short-term gains, you could look like the greatest CEO in history. And that was a systemic problem. Welch became the template. A generation of corporate leaders grew up believing that a, quote, good CEO was one who cut jobs, crushed unions, offshored production, maximized shareholder value. Men like Al Dunlap and Bernie Ebbers.
The shareholders own the corporation. They take all the risk. And the chief executives who don't watch out for shareholder value ultimately cause the whole corporation to fail.
And an entire class of modern executives saw Welch as the idea to emulate. The more ruthless you were, the more Wall Street rewarded you. CEO pay exploded, and workers' wages stagnated. Quality collapsed, and the companies that once built America began slowly hollowing themselves out. The cost of this new era wasn't just economic, it was cultural. It changed how companies viewed workers and how workers viewed themselves. people stopped being partners in a larger mission and became line items in a spreadsheet. Employees who held the same jobs that once supported families now required government assistance to survive. The idea of loyalty evaporated, replaced by constant anxiety and instability. America shifted from a nation that built things to a nation that outsourced everything in pursuit of cheaper labor and higher margins. But the most devastating part came after Welch left the company. GE, the empire he had built his legacy on, crumbled. The financial engineering that made him look brilliant turned out to be unsustainable. GE Capital imploded. The company's stock collapsed. GE was removed from the Dow Jones entirely. The icon of American industry was brought to its knees by the very model that made Jack Welch a legend. His success was an illusion, and one that cost our great nation dearly. Welch didn't just break GE. He broke the idea that corporations owed anything to the people who made them great. He replaced long-term strategy with short-term greed. He taught American CEOs that workers were a cost to be minimized instead of a partner to invest in. And in doing so, he helped lay the groundwork for the economic precarity, income equality, and corporate cynicism that define modern America. So now we hear slogans like, "Make America Great Again," but the truth is pretty uncomfortable. The America that people long for, the America of strong middle-class families, stable jobs, affordable homes, and products built to last, that was an America that existed before Jack Welch's revolution. An America that believed a rising tide should lift all boats, not just executive yachts. And as long as corporations continue to follow the Welch playbook, as long as CEOs prioritize quarterly profits over the people that are raising those profits, as long as the working class is treated as expendable, America will never return to that era. It can't. The system Welch created won't allow it. GE used to be a reflection of American ambition. Today, it is a warning of where corporate primacy can go wrong. Jack Welch didn't just change a company, he changed a country. And the working class will be suffering the consequences for generations to come.